cold northern winds swirl around the tall towers of Tivad, carrying with them a piercing moan. The icy beams of the cold sun reflect on the stone walls, as if they too conspired with nature to accentuate the cold dominion of this grim castle. In fury, Tivad gazes at Sid.
What the hell are you doing in yellow, Sid? Forgive me, Lord Emperor, but there's no better armor than this for my house. House of Leaves. I'll paint it red with the blood of our enemies. Report the situation.
Sidvi begins the report.
The Kirks, led by their Emperor, have attacked our small villages and destroyed one of them. Scouts reported, and we attempted to repel their advance. However, upon arrival, we found neither them nor their traces. After a while, they somehow infiltrated the castle and attacked the sacred altar. The guards dealt with them swiftly, but later intelligence reported that their massive army is conveying from all directions.
Tivad poses a question.
Where are their bodies?
Sidvi points to a heap of corpses scattered beneath the walls. Tivad continues his inquiries.
And how did they reach the very altar?
Sidvi with bitterness.
Your Majesty, I regret to say, we are still deciphering how they managed to do it. But one thing is certain, they couldn't have done it without help from the inside. Too many traitors within then.
Sidvi explains.
Lord Emperor, the gates were sealed immediately after the scouts reported the attack. Moreover, everyone remained vigilant, even up to that moment. And yet this massive horde of foreigners ended up here. I personally, along with my group, eliminate them all.
Tivad makes a decision.
Very well. Now is not a time for speculations. Remove all squads that are inside the castles. Remove all the army which is outside of the castle. And bring them over here. And don't let anyone out until I say so. Anything else? You know your tasks very well in such occasions, Sid.
Sid nods resolutely, impatiently Tivad expresses.
As for Glick and his companions, I will personally handle it.
At this moment, a formed unit of 100 Dan warriors, led by Gideon, dressed in lightweight Dan armor, approaches Tivad. Tivad addresses Sidv.
Convey my will to everyone, Commander. In the meantime, soldiers, open the gates. Formación Asumenantis! You!
The soldiers of Dane are regrouping. Some of them rush towards a cylindrical mechanism and start turning it to raise the massive gates. Tivad stands in the center of the gates and says with a smile,
These creatures interrupted my amusements. I am glad.
Gideon is surprised. The gates rise enough for Tivad to step out. Tivad angrily leaves the castle and heads towards the vast enemy army awaiting him in the valley. As the army of hundreds of warriors approaches, the ground trembles under their confident steps. They advance slowly, heading toward Tivad, like a river of living force relentlessly flowing toward its goal. The warriors are clad in silver metallic armor that gleams, reflecting the moonlight. Helmets shield their faces, but determination and resolve shine in their eyes. They bear the burden of destiny, ready to engage with that which even death fears. Leading this dark stream, the commanders rise above the others. They are the faces that have accepted the challenge, prepared to traverse the vortex of danger for their purpose. Each of them is a puzzle piece, a link in a chain connecting them to a distant past and an unpredictable future. Symbols and signs on their banners are like riddles unveiled only to the chosen. These signs are conduits through time and space, memories of the past and keys to the future. Tibad's castle greets their approach with impenetrable silence. The towering stone walls stand like ancient sentinels, ready to withstand any trial. At the top of the castle stands Sidv, watching Tivad rushing towards the massive enemy force. His gaze seems to pierce through the daylight haze, delving into the hidden corners of time. And so the army continues its inexorable march, like a force of nature hurtling toward its goal. Their fates intertwine with Tivard's, and from this interaction emerges a history that will live in the memories of nations, spanning through centuries and epochs. Tivard approaches the enemy army.
Hey, cowards! Where's your terrified red-bearded oath-breaker named Glick?
From the front defensive group of warriors, Glick steps forward. Glick shows interest.
The time has come, Tivard. The time has finally arrived.
Tivard notices the last one standing far from himself.
Glick, how you dare!
Glick, undaunted, responds.
Perhaps we should stop the empty chatter and get to what we came for.
Tivard makes a mocking remark.
Perhaps you'd like to settle this one-on-one. That won't happen if my men tear you apart and then split your empire enough.
Tivard responds confidently.
If...
Glick attempts to sneer.
Closed in.
With these words, Glick signals to his soldier, who releases 10 white ravens into the air. Tivard watches them with admiration.
At last, something amusing.
Glick responds challengingly.
Turks, combat formation 1, ready?
The Kirk warriors, clashing shields against shields, rearrange themselves into a triangular formation. After completing this maneuver, they direct their spears towards Tivard. Gideon, exerting all his strength, gallops on horseback toward Tivard and skillfully dismounts next to him.
Wretched worm! Didn't Sid tell you what I said? He did, but no way. I won't miss this, brother. If you interfere, I kill you first.
Gideon smiles and nods. Tivard looks at the approaching 100 and mocks.
And is this all? 100 mortal men with spears against Tivard himself.
Gideon points toward the forest. Tivard notices the forest and sees a few hundred more soldiers lighting torches with black fire and igniting their arrows. Tivard expresses surprise.
What? Black fire? And where did they get that one?
Gideon shares his thoughts.
I last saw it during the Battle of Moriagal. If that's truly what I think it is, then we got huge trouble.
Glick rises behind the triangular formation.
This is not all yet. Army, bring for the Archanta.
From the forest emerges an enormous monster bound with chains. Gideon asks, not hiding his astonishment.
What in hell's name is that?